Good afternoon, everyone. Hey. This is Dr. Dwain Woode. That's Wood with an E. The E stands for endocrinology. Here I educate, I empower, and I encourage you to take charge of your health and your life, avoid complications, go to the next level. We're creating the life we've always wanted. And here we are once again as we begin another fast. We're in a new week and we're starting our fast. We just finished our meeting with our team. And so, as you know, after the team meeting, here I am starting a new fast. So, welcome you, whatever platform you're on, wherever you're joining us from, around the world and around the country. I'm glad that you are here and glad that you are joining me for another opportunity for us to take charge of our health, take charge of our lives, avoid complications, go to the next level, and create the life we've always wanted. That's right. That's right. And of course, we are living, y'all. We are living limitless lives. All right. That's what we're doing as we move into this space. And so, welcome once again. If you have been with us before, welcome back to the show. If you've not been with us, if you are just joining us for the first time, you're watching this on the replay, if you want to go to our YouTube channel, when you go to our YouTube channel, you'll find that it's been very much streamlined to get you started and get you going very quickly. We've got two playlists that are on there. One is called Start Here, which is the path that I want you to kind of walk through as you're saying, how do I join? How do I become a part of this pathway? And when I say join, how do I get on this pathway? And then you'll see a second one there, and it says this week's videos. So all the videos for this week will show up in that list, and those are the ones for this week. Now the ones from last week are still there, and the ones for all the weeks that we've had before are still on the channel, but they're not in this week's video. If you want to know, hey, what are they doing this week? What are the conversations? What are the thoughts? What are the teachings? What are the whatever, all those videos will show up there. In fact, this video at the end of this broadcast will show up in that list as well. In that list right now, there should be three videos. There should be our strength, strategy, and mindset that we've done so far. There should be the show that we did last night, Dwain Woode MD, and of course now this will be the fourth one that will show up in that list. If you want to get to the others, they are still there, but you just have to go for last week and the week before to catch up with those. When you go to our website, also on the website, things have been streamlined to allow you to click the button that says watch videos, and it takes you to that playlist I just described. There's a free PDF guide that you could download that walks you through those videos, and it allows you to categorize them. What should I be learning when I watch this set of videos? And then there's at the end of that a commitment statement that you would go through and says, okay, I am committing to doing what I need to do for my health. I've signed it. This is the date. I recommend that people print it out, put it in a frame, put it on the wall, put it on your computer, put it on your desk, so that you're always there and you always see that, so that it is a constant reminder of the things that we've decided that we're going to do for our health. Okay, so that's a great one. If you are tired of being on this treadmill of health, where things are working now, they're not working now, things are going this way, they're not going that way, I've lost some weight and weight comes back, my A1C is up, it's down, I never know what's going on. If you're tired of being on that hamster wheel, go ahead and join us in the accelerator program. You can get to the website, Dwain Woode MD, and right below the welcome video that you see there, you'll see the description of the things I just told you about, watch the videos, download the PDF, and right below that, it was our flagship platform for implementing the things that we do and to help that to be more consistent and help you to move along with that in the long run. Okay? All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to show you what I'm getting ready to eat as we get into this fast for this week. This is going to be my last meal, and then of course we'll go through the rest of the week as we do the fasting. If you're fasting with us, go ahead and put a yes in the comment. Put a yes in the comment. Let us know where you are. How when you're fasting, are you fasting with us on the first day, the second day, or the third day, or of course, are you doing a total fast for the entire time? And I do a 72-hour fast. And now that I'm saying that, I just realized that we're going to make a change here really quickly, and you'll get to see me do this on the fly. I just realized I don't have my microphone on, and you guys, I'm sure you can hear me, but it's much better when I have this on. So give me a second, just a minute. Okay, so we'll keep talking while I get set up. But one of the things that I want to remind you of is why we are doing what we're doing. And we're doing what we're doing because we are working on improving our metabolism. Remember, dysfunctional metabolism is at the heart of all that we do when we talk about our metabolic dysfunction, we talk about chronic disease. It is at the heart of many of those. And hyperinsulinemia is the problem that we have. It is the thing that causes the issue for us. So hyperinsulinemia causes weight gain. It causes dysfunction in our glucose regulation. It causes fatty liver. It can cause high blood pressure, cause high cholesterol. It can predispose us to polycystic ovarian syndrome. And all of those things are part of that metabolic milieu, if you will, that spectrum that we talk about. Yeah, all of that fits along that spectrum. So we want to make sure that we are doing everything we can possibly do to improve our metabolism. And that's why we do what we do. As you've joined us over the course of the weeks, that is the goal for what we're doing. Now, let me say this. And I'm gonna change what I just said. That is actually not the goal. That is a an improvement that we have, but that is not the ultimate goal. The ultimate goal is how do we keep you alive as long as possible, and then how do we keep you as healthy as possible. That is the goal. And as a part of that, along the way, along the pathway, then we have all of the metrics that we talk about, right? Whether that's an A1C goal, or it is a blood pressure goal, it is a cholesterol goal, it is a weight goal. All of those are just metrics and mile markers on the way to being healthy. All right, so let's go ahead and let's get this plugged in. All right, and let's put this one on. So you guys get to see me do this in real time. Okay, so get that there, and we're going to drop this on the inside. Ooh. All right, so you should be able to hear me better now. Okay. All right, so there we are. All right, so let's go ahead and let's take a look at what I have in front of me that we're going to be eating or making choices from. So let's do that, and let's get this one up here. Let's see, let's do this one. Here we go. And so I've got some, this is some baked chicken that I got from downstairs. This is the cafeteria, and it has some hot sauce on it. And of course, I've got my salad stuff that we took from there. We'll talk about that in a minute. And then over here, this was brought in from one of the local restaurants, and it is a Greek salad that has some chicken, grilled chicken, and then it has the dressing that I really like on it as well. Okay, so we're gonna make a combination of these, and I'm actually going to, let's see. I really want to taste this chicken. So I probably won't put it on there right now, but we'll have some of that. So let's go ahead and let's get some of the. Let me uh, get some of these carrots. And then there are, what else do we have on there? Sunflower seeds. There's some cheese, of course. And banana peppers. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna have. And then I'm also going to have some of this chicken, but I'm not going to put it on it right now. We'll just leave that off to the side. And then we'll go ahead and start eating. So we'll get back to that in just a moment. Let's see. All right, and so let's get rid of this one. Okay, awesome. So that's what we are, that's what we're eating right now. So let me go ahead and get this set up a little bit so that you can see what it is that we're going to be eating. All right, so I've got, put this off to the side. All right. Okay, and so whatever you're eating, whatever you're going to eat, go ahead and you can drop that in the comments so we can see what that is. All right, so drop that in the comments because I'd love to see, I'd love to hear what you're eating. And go ahead and turn this one off. Okay, there we go. Let's leave that off here. Okay, so that is my salad that I'm eating right now. And as you know, actually, I'm gonna turn this a little bit. I start with a salad because the salad allows me to, let's do that. The salad, yeah, the salad allows me to get the bulk that I need because the bulk will blunt my hunger, keeps me full longer, decreases my body's absorption of food and the carbs. It will help to keep me hydrated because there's some liquid there. All right, so all of those things are there. Now, what I didn't do, let's do that really quickly. So let's walk through the whole balanced bites idea. Remember, balanced bites is how we eat, how we think about food. So whole foods. So going through this, right? So the only thing that probably would not be whole food is the cheese, the dressing, everything else, whole foods. No added sugar. Once again, the dressing probably has some sugar in it. Minimized processing. The cheese and the dressing would be the two things, but that were processed. Lean protein. So I've got my grilled chicken here, and of course I've got the baked chicken off to the side, which we'll get into in just a minute. Lean protein, healthy fats. Cheese would be the fat. Of course, I've got the nuts that are here. The dressing probably has some fat in it, right? Some has some oil. So lean protein, healthy fats. There are no starchy vegetables in what I'm eating right now. So that's good. And then portion control. Oh yeah. And then tasty and flavorful. So that hits the balanced bites. And so as you're thinking about all the things that you're doing in terms of food, you want to be thinking in balanced bites all the time. So it's not a diet. It's not a fad. And that's something that we're doing today, do it for 90 days. This is how we think about food. So when we're talking about our non-fasting eating times, that means when you're not fasting, whether it's the last meal before you start a fast or the first meal after a fast, the way you think about the food should be the same. The same type of thought process, the same type of food. And that is not to say, and let me hasten to say here, that is not to say that you can't ever eat cookies, candies, cake, ice cream, whatever your thing is. But if you're sitting at the table, the balanced bite says whole foods first. Whole foods first, not whole foods only. Okay, whole foods first. This is so delicious. Oh my goodness. Hmm. Very good. Let me do this and so you can have a bigger picture of it. All right, so we got some chickpeas in there. Mm-hmm. All right, so all of this is so delicious. And I love, let me move it over this way. I love the flavors. I love the crunch. I love the textures. Like my mouth is now just on fire right now. Just a panoply of flavors. Mm, mm, mm. So what are you eating? If you're fasting with us today, what are you eating as your last meal before the fast? All right. So this week on Dwain Woode MD, Dwain Woode MD Live, we introduced the concept of designing your own health scoreboard. And it was with the intention of helping people to understand that the metrics that we use don't change. The rules that we have for diseases don't change. We still have the same idea about what your A1C should be. Right? So all that is still the same, but how we get there is different. So your walking schedule is different than mine. Your fasting schedule may be different than mine. But if we're playing the same game, we're heading to the same places, but how we get there is different. And that's okay. In fact, one of the things that you'll hear us start talking about is the idea of how do we get back on track when we've gotten off track? How does that happen? What do you do? Well, if we are expecting to get off track, which you should, by the way, then having a plan for what to do when you get off track has to be a part of the plan. And in my mind, if that's the case, if you expect to get off track and you have a part of your plan that includes getting off track and getting back on track, then you really haven't gotten off your plan because it was part of the plan in the first place. And one of the things that happens is that we often think in an idealistic way that everything is going to go and run like we planned it. We put it on paper and we expect, okay, this is how it's going to be. And if we're not careful, what we're doing is we're actually setting ourselves up for challenge and difficulty, because when things do happen, if we didn't expect that, then that becomes difficult. Okay? All right. So I see Cornelia. Hey, Cornelia, one of our community members. Hey, what's up? She says, hey, Dr. Wood and LLG. Glad you're here, Cornelia. Thanks for coming through and hanging out with us. We are eating our last meal for this eating window before we get into our fast. I really like that, by the way. And now we're going to go ahead and grab a piece of this chicken. And let's see what that is like. Looks good. Oh yeah. And that hot sauces that I put on there. Just makes that flavor come out that much more. I need to put some more, actually. Oh yeah. So balanced bites, whole foods first, no added sugar, minimized processing, lean protein, healthy fats. Delicious. Tasty, flavorful, portion controlled. Cornelia says, yes, it looks good. And it is, Cornelia. Now, here's the thing. This reminds me, as I'm eating this, reminds me of chicken that I had when I was growing up. My mom used to make some chicken, baked chicken. And it's not just like her chicken. Sure, it reminds me of her chicken. Which actually brings me to one of the triggers in our heat model: habits, emotions, access, and taste. That taste part. I could easily, if I'm not careful, just because of the taste, right, continue to eat more and more and more of this. Not because I'm hungry, but because it just reminds me, right? That's what we do. That's what made me think about that a minute ago. Because I'm looking at that other piece over there. Not this one. This one I'm going to eat. But there's another piece in the container. And thinking to myself, If I'm not careful, I could easily go on and eat that one as well. So if you're fasting with us this week, go ahead and put that in the comments. Put a 1 for today, day 1. Put a 2 for day 2. Put a 3 for day 3. And then if you're fasting the whole time, put a T in that in the comments. I'm gonna get some of this stuff off here. Because this is the good part. Sometimes I see people eat chicken and they're like, well, what about all the stuff that's on the bone? Right? That's the good part right there. Mm-mm. Put that off to the side. Delicious. Okay, yeah. I don't want to waste anything. You're not going to waste anything, right? Mm, 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 mm. You see that? Everything is gone. Everything has been eaten. Okay, let's see. Go ahead and get rid of that plate. And bring us back here. And Cornelia says, okay, Cornelia says she's fasting with us the whole time. So she put a T. Thank you for coming through. So we're continuing our fast, continuing our trek down the metabolic improvement pathway. And that is what the fast is. Someone put into our comments on the video that we did last week, the complete review of fasting. They said that they were starting to think of fasting as a tool and not just something that they've got to get through. And that is the goal for what we do. When I talk about fasting, I want you to remember that fasting is simply a tool. Fasting is not positive, it's not negative, it's a tool. It is what it is. It is there. And just like you have a hammer or a screwdriver, a wrench, you don't get mad at the wrench because you got to use it. You use it for what you need, and then you're done. You put it back when you don't need it anymore. Now, in this space, we have suggested and we've recommended and we encourage people to use this tool once a week. So to fast at least once a week, because when you fast, the benefits that you get from fasting are innumerable. The benefit that you get in the improvement in your metabolism, the benefits that you get in the mental clarity that you have, the benefits that you get in your ability to manage emotions is so profound that we want to make sure that we are including that as a regular part of our lives and what we do. Most people don't have difficulty succeeding because they don't have drive or vision or any of those. They don't succeed because they don't have a structure. And fasting is part of our health action plan, part of the structure that we have that we use in this space to get ourselves healthy. Now, here's my final push for you. You ready? I want you to begin thinking about your health a little bit more personally than we have taught you to think about it. When I say we, I'm talking about the medical community and the world. What does that mean? Well, we've got people, even in my practice, that we're shooting for an A1C goal. We're shooting for a blood pressure goal. We're shooting for a weight goal. We're shooting for a number of goals. And all of those are valid. All of those are great. All of those are things that we should be going after. But I want you to now begin thinking, what does it mean for me if I get control of my A1C? Well, first of all, what does it mean for me if I don't get control? What are the complications that I have? What are the things that happen to me? What are the implications for my family? What are the implications for my livelihood? What's the implications for my motility, my mobility? What are the implications for my social interactions? If I don't control my disease and I have complications, what does that look like? And what is the feeling that comes there? If I can't get up and drive over to my daughter's house, to my son's house, to go help taking care of my grandchild, to go and visit, see my grandchild perform something, or to be in a space where my family is, what does that feel like? And that feeling comes from the dysfunction that we're in. And then now I want you to imagine what it would be like when you do get control of the A1C, when the blood sugar does come down, when you do lose the weight, when you are able to walk without pain, when you decrease your chances of a heart attack or a stroke, and you are able to be completely intertwined and completely connected with your purpose and with the people in your circle. The daughter who's getting married that you walk down the aisle, the son who's just having a baby and you get to help take care of them, the kids who you get to romp with now and wrestle with on the floor, the spouse that you guys have been working and working and working, and you're finally ready to now go and travel and enjoy all the things that you guys have struggled and sacrificed for. That's what we're working towards. It's not just that number. And if you chase the number, that's not sustainable. But when you understand what the reason is that you're doing this, when you understand what the benefit is that comes from getting that number, wow, amazing. So play your own game. And Limitless Living says that we're not allowing anything, nothing from outside, nothing from inside, to prevent us from doing what we need to do. We're showing up with our best selves, our best health, and our best plans. And I'm so excited that I get to walk along with you. I get to be in that space with you. I get to see the benefits that you're getting. And you are in my circle. You are helping me as I see your successes. That motivates me as well. That's why I love community. Everything that I do, whenever I'm teaching, whenever I'm talking in the Triple E formula for success. We educate, we empower, and we encourage. We educate to change the mindset, to change the perspective, to help you to understand. We empower by giving you tools and teaching the tools and walking through the tools and using the tools and understanding the tools. And we encourage with this amazing community that you're in that helps to pull you, push you, carry you sometimes so that we can all be successful. Educate, empower, and encourage. Hey, this is Dr. Dwain Woode. That's Wood with an E. The E stands for endocrinology. I educate, I empower, and I encourage you to take charge of your health and your life, avoid complications, go to the next level. We're creating the life we've always wanted, and we are living limitless lives. Now go live a limitless life, and we'll see you next time in our check-in tomorrow. We'll see you on our show tomorrow night, and as we move through the rest of the week,